Welcome to ExploreNL. I'm your host, Gale.
And I'm Dustin Parsons, and each month we're bringing you to a very cool new location in western Newfoundland and introducing you to the operators and people making all these trips happen. And this month we are bringing you to Marble Zip Tours in Steady Brook.
Yeah, Marble Zip, ran by Martin and Reg Flynn. The business has been around for quite a number of years, but it seems like the guys just constantly keep adding things onto the business. So for this trip we did the zip, and then we also did the spider challenge, which is crazy.
Yeah, and even for people who have participated in the Marble Zip in the past, like Autumn said, they're constantly adding to their course, adding new zip lines, adding new features on the spider challenge. And one of the highlights for us and for Autumn, I think, was the opportunity to take a free fall jump of faith off the side of this platform, which was pretty exciting.
Free fall didn't even bother me. It's the 70-foot climb up the ladder.
The climb was sketchy.
The climb is the sketchiest part, because you're just blowing back and forth on this thing.
Yeah, the zip lining is actually quite comfortable and leisurely, very exciting, but I think that this is probably just the most exhilarating experience that we've had all summer, and nothing has really got my heart pounding here in western Newfoundland like Marble Zip.
Totally, and like the really good thing about Marble Zip and the spider is that it's completely family friendly. You know, almost anybody can do this, so it's a great activity if you're traveling from anywhere and you have a group of people, really to do anything.
Yeah, no, great for the family, and if you do have a fear of heights, the zip line is actually a great way to overcome it, because it's not like you're jumping off a cliff, you're sort of like gliding off a gentle platform, and then the earth just falls out from below you and you're 200 feet over a waterfall. So it's pretty spectacular, and hopefully we're able to capture all that excitement in the footage that we have for you here this evening. So without further ado, please check out our day we spent with Martin Flynn at Marble Zip, featuring our good friend Greg Pike. Check it out. One of the most exhilarating and heart-pumping adventures you can get up to here in western Newfoundland is the Marble Zip Tour and Spider Challenge. Autumn and I made our way down to Steady Brook to the base of Marble Mountain to meet Martin Flynn, and thankfully we're joined by our old travel and adventure companion Greg Pike, who is also a guide at Marble Zip Tours.
Martin and his brother Reg own Marble Zip Tours, and they made sure to take lots of time explaining the waiver process to us. Some of their employees got us all geared up, so we had full harnesses, helmets, everything that we needed to stay safe while we were doing this activity.
Yeah, the process was super quick and easy. At Marble Zip now, they have the ability for you to sign your waiver electronically on your phone or on tablets that they have there, getting rid of the paper option, which makes starting out this adventure really quick and efficient. Their experienced guides came out, slapped on those harnesses and helmets like Autumn said, and then we jumped in the van to head up the Steady Brook waterfall and start out our zip.
All right, Martin, we're at the zip portion of our adventure. Should I be afraid?
Absolutely not.
So what are we gonna do? Like, how far am I going? How many lines we got here?
So this is our shortest, and this is kind of like the introduction one. So this one will start us off, I don't know, maybe 300-400 feet maybe, and they'll progress, get longer and higher as we go. So this is one of 9.
One of 9.
Yeah.
So how fast am I gonna go?
Usually the short ones not so fast. As we get to the bottom, the long ones will do up to maybe 70 kilometers, 80 kilometers.
Okay. And there wasn't always 9 lines, right? So what'd you start with?
Yeah, that's right. We started with 6, and then we built on 2 more. I'm not sure the exact year now. And then a few years after we have 8, then we built number 9, which brings us right to the bottom, right to the lodge.
Now, I've done this before. Dustin has too. This is a little bit different than the other zip lines that I've done around the world. So this is the only one where I don't stop myself. So maybe describe why it's different.
Yeah, we use it's a gravity-fed braking system. So this it's a belly in the line. So you get your momentum at the start, and then you kind of slow down as you're approaching the ramp.
You basically go back uphill.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are going over a waterfall.
That's right.
It has to be one of the most attractive zip lines in Canada, at least. I haven't been anywhere else where you can zip over this crazy waterfall.
Yeah, it's We're at 285 feet waterfall, so we've had a bit of rain last few days, so it's water's, you know, it's good for this time of year.
It's gonna be rushing.
Yeah.
So what do I need to know before I run and jump right now?
All we're gonna do right now is just hold on to both lanyards, and you're just gonna walk off. We have Greg Pike on the other side. He's gonna.
Before you send the next one, Chloe,
He's gonna slow you down.
let Blake hook up.
That's what you got on the other side waiting for you is Piker.
That's what we have. Yeah.
You know, considering how long I've known Piker, I feel a lot less comfortable about this now.
He's a pro.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a pro.
Yeah. He can't hear us talking about him, but it's okay.
Okay, good. All right, well,
You ready?
I guess I'll see you on the other side.
Okay. We'll see you over there.
All right.
See ya. And there she goes, Miss Newfoundland and Labrador 2021. Straight out of Robinson's Autumn Gale. The Marble Zip Tour features 9 amazing zip lines that you zig back and forth across as you traverse the Steady Brook Gorge.
If you've never been to Steady Brook or seen the gorge and the waterfalls, it's one of the most breathtaking waterfalls in Newfoundland. I would go on a limb to say it is the most breathtaking waterfall. It is amazing and something to be seen. Even if you're too scared to zip, you need to go here.
Yeah, folks can take a nice little walk up to the Steady Brook Falls viewing point. There's even an amazing swimming hole right at the top of the waterfall. But on this day, Autumn and I got to check out this entire part of the Humber Valley from hundreds of feet up, suspended from a steel cable.
We did this adventure in the summer, but Marble Zip Tours is actually a 4 seasons adventure. You can do this any time of year. I've done it in the summer, in the fall, and the winter. I honestly think the winter is my favorite. It's really cool. The waterfalls freeze up a bit, and all the little pools are filled with ice and different moving parts. It's something to see.
Yeah, I think they even do almost every year a New Year's Eve zip event where people can go and bring in the new year on a zip line, which sounds really awesome and probably something we should check out. The Marble Zip Tour and the Spider Challenge are 2 entirely different experiences. If you're afraid of heights, the Zip Tour is actually a beautiful way to maybe overcome that a little bit. Something about the Zip Tour doesn't give you the same sort of feeling that you might fall or the same sense of height as the Spider Challenge does, which we'll see in a second. And Martin was explaining that it's something about sort of feeling the weight of your body in the harness right away. So you step off this platform, which is not like jumping off a cliff, it's just a few feet off the ground. The harness supports you, and you can feel that support as you slide out the line, the ground drops out from below you, and suddenly you're hundreds of feet over this waterfall. It's actually very relaxing and very exhilarating at the same time, but mostly you'll just be caught up in what you're seeing, which is a beautiful vista, a panoramic view of the Humber Valley. After a few zips back and forth, we realized that I had lost my cell phone. The cell phone is a very important part of this shoot and to my life and job, and once I realized it wasn't in my pocket, I immediately accepted that it had fallen 200 feet and was now at the bottom of this waterfall.
I honestly thought it was impossible that we could recover your phone from ziplining.
Yeah, it didn't make sense how this phone would be recoverable, but just when I was accepting that I was going to have to go buy a new phone after this shoot, Martin suggested that Greg and I hike back up the trail a little bit and try to zip back across and see if we could find it. So that's exactly what we did. And thankfully, within moments, Greg instructed me to walk down the trail to right where he thought it might have fallen out, basically the point where it's either here or totally destroyed. And thankfully, my phone was there, teetering at the edge of a bough, about 5 feet from the cliff that would have dropped into the gorge below. Massive shout out to Greg and Martin for saving the day there.
Don't forget about when I saved the day. The thing about ziplining is you got to go pretty fast, and when you're as light as Dustin, sometimes you don't make it all the way across the zip line.
Yes, this is true. Also, I was trying to fart around a little bit and tried to go upside down on the line for a bit of fun, which kind of killed a lot of my momentum as I flailed my way back to an upright position, and I ended up getting stuck out on the line about 30 feet away from the landing platform. This happened to me twice in this day. One time, Greg Pike had to come out, and I had to hold on to his foot as he pulled me back to the platform. But the second time, Autumn was actually able to go find a nice 15-foot-long limb and extend that olive branch to me and pull me back into the platform, totally saving my butt. If you've never done anything like this zip line tour, I can't recommend it enough. It's an ultimate sense of freedom and also really confidence inspiring. Obviously, there's some things to be freaked out about, you know, in a trip like this. No good reasons, just things you'll come up with in your head. But once you're out on that line, you'll be super proud of yourself for taking that chance and stepping off that platform, because what you're seeing is absolutely worth it.
Do not let fear hold you back. Go out and go ziplining. It's so worth it.
So after this zip, we made our way back around to the base of Marble Mountain and stood before the Spider Challenge.
Now, Dustin and I had both done the Spider Challenge before, although years ago. So I volunteered myself to be the Spider Challengee.
Yeah, I was good on that this time and opted to fly the drone around a little bit to try to capture some of Autumn making her way around this course. Now, also, I think this was actually the first time we used the drone. So I didn't know you had to take off the protective cap on the camera gimbal, which is why you might notice a little bit of sketchiness in this footage. But you can get the point. Autumn is pretty high off the ground, making her way around some pretty tricky obstacles. And this is a totally different sensation than being in the zipline harness.
It's so safe. Like, there's nowhere to fall. If you fall off an obstacle, you can climb right back on. But when you're going across these obstacles and you're kind of like leaping through the air from like one plank to the other and you're swinging back and forth on these ropes, you just get this sensation that you really do not want to fall because you're up in the air, and I don't know, it's such a mental game. The first time that I did the Spider Challenge years ago, I just whipped through it. I was like, whatever, this is fun. Something to do with age maybe, I don't know, but I was so stressed out doing the Spider Challenge this time.
Yeah, it is completely different because, like, when you're on the zip line, like I was saying, you can feel that support. You can feel the fact that you're in your harness. But when you're on the Spider Challenge, you're supporting your own weight. The harness is not really grabbing you, and you're not really aware of the cable you're attached to until you fall, and then it catches you. Mm-hmm. Like Autumn said, extremely safe, but climbing around this thing is extremely nerve-wracking.
It's all in your head.
Yeah, it's 50% physical challenge, 50% psychological.
So one of my goals on this experience was to do the free fall from the top of the third level of the Spider Challenge. I had never done that before. I've been bungee jumping before. I didn't think that I would be afraid of it. But the scariest part, or the most adrenaline rushing part, was climbing up to the platform. So this is a 70-foot climb, and you're on a wooden homemade wooden ladder that's nailed up the whole side of the platform, and you're on a beam that's put into the ground. So it was really windy that day, so you're basically just blowing around. You do not feel sturdy. It is safe, but you don't feel that way. So climbing up the ladder, I think, was harder than any part of this day.
Yeah, it was absolutely nerve-wracking. And being up that high, you do notice the wind. This super stable pole is not going anywhere, but it doesn't mean you can't feel that little bit of sway when you're at the top. So Autumn and I climbed up this ladder to take a zip over the Marble Mountain Pond, and it took us a little while to get up there. As you might see in the footage, we were sort of holding on for dear life at the top while Martin flew up the ladder and geared us up to make this beautiful zip down from the top of the structure.
I can't believe how fast Martin can climb up these ladders.
He's a monkey. And I guess they're just doing this stuff all the time, which sounds like a really great job. And by the way, all the guides that worked there were amazing, and they all looked like they were having the best time ever. And also, we're very committed to making sure all the guests had the best time ever. The vibes were good, the energy was high, it was very positive and very encouraging for people to step out and challenge their nerves a little bit on this Spider Challenge.
We met up with a family afterwards on our way out with one nervous little boy, and he really did not want to do this zip. He was really just terrified of it, and we tried our best to convince him. I hope he did it.
I hope he did it, yeah. And again, we just can't stress enough. Obviously, as you're looking at this, it seems a little high, but you've got to put your faith in the guides, and you've got to put your faith in this equipment. These lines are capable of holding the weight of a car per every few square inches. So our little arse is flying across this line. There's really no challenge for this equipment. The spotter challenge is always being updated. Martin told us on this trip that he's just about to add a few new features, like a new drop and a new cargo net feature on the top of the challenge.
That's going to be cool.
That's going to be really cool.
All right, and we are here at Marble Zip Tours in Steady Brook, and we've just participated in the Spider Challenge, and now Autumn here is getting hooked up to take a leap of faith, I guess, Martin, off the top of this. How high is she about to climb up here?
65 feet to the top.
65 feet, and then what's she going to do?
It's going to be kind of like a cross between a bungee and what's called a quick jump.
Okay.
So you drop probably,
Talk about while I'm here and you
so you drop probably 20, 30 feet, and then it kind of catches you and slows you in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just real quickly, Autumn, excuse me if we could.
Yeah.
Any final words there?
Huh.
All right, Autumn is actually the only one who participated on this. We're about to go zip lining. Martin, I think some of these features are new for people who might have been here before. There's been some minor changes here.
Yeah, we've added some of the features as we progress along, such as the rock wall here. The quick jump is probably one of the newer things we've added. And we're currently going to be adding a tunnel system and a net bridge, and that'll be later this summer.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how many people are roughly trying this each year? Are people a little more nervous about this versus zip lining? Or? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I'll ask that again.
Yeah.
So, how has this been going over compared to the zip lining side of things? I know it's extremely popular, and we're about to do that. But what do people say about this?
Yeah, it's a good add-on because it's similar clientele. You get people who are ziplining, and they're going to be similar type of venture people who are going to want to try something different like this.
Yeah. What would you say is the bigger thrill, the zip line or crossing the Spider Challenge?
You know, I mean, I'm more comfortable on the zip line, and I find, you know, people are generally probably more comfortable on zip line, believe it or not, even though it's higher.
Yeah.
But
Because they don't have to do anything,
No,
right? You're
that's
just
right.
along for the ride. Whereas with the Spotter Challenge, you have to participate. You have to make your way across it.
right, in the zip line, you're already in the position of seating.
Yeah.
Right, so you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, you're going for a ride.
Right, yeah.
And how old do people have to be to do this?
We usually go by weight, so we usually take around somewhere around
Okay.
60 pounds. But this, sorry, that's for the zip line.
Right.
60 pounds for the zip line. This here, you have to be able to reach up and
Oh, okay.
unclip yourself. So you need to be able to reach 5 feet. So
Right on.
we can take pretty small people.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Wow. Well, we're gonna take a step back here and watch as Autumn makes her way up this. Looks like Gion's already scoping it out. And then what's next? We're gonna go check out the zip line after this, right?
We're going to do the zip line. Yeah, we're going to get Adam to do the quick jump, and
Yep.
then we're going
Cool.
to the.
Awesome. And when we get over there, we'll ask you some more questions about the zip line, which is, I think, one of the longer zip lines in the country.
That's right. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.